Which property strategy should I choose? Hi, my name is Paul McFadden, and on today's video we're going to talk about which property strategy is best suited for someone who's just getting started in property, or if you're already started, which strategy you should really focus on in the sense of being the backbone and the core of your property business. And most people who are already started in property don't have this in place, and it's going to bring in serious cash flow. It's a strategy that can be fully systemized, so it's on autopilot, and more importantly, it's going to help you build up that war chest of funds to help you to accelerate your property business. So we need to make sure that if you're already involved in property, that we get this very strategy nailed down. And for those who are just getting started, I get it. There's so much out there. There's so many different property strategies that you just don't know where to get started. Trust me, I know. I have been there. I meet many people who ask the same very question. Paul, there's so many strategies out there. I've tried this one, I've looked at that one there, I've heard about this one here, and what about this here? Oh my God, I thought it was simple as just buying a property and renting it out and that was it. Or buying a property, renovating it and selling. And you mean there's so many other strategies? I get it, it can be overwhelming. But we're going to talk about the best strategy for someone who's getting started, and more importantly, someone who's already in the property business. Maybe they've got anywhere between 2, 3, 5 to 10 properties. What we should be putting in place to really help accelerate that growth. And if you haven't yet got started, we're going to talk about what's going to be best suited for you. So again, just to reiterate, in this property game, there's many different investment strategies. Now, they all work. Some are better than others. And until you start getting involved into property, start investigating things, you don't know which is going to be best suited for you. So I want to really help you shortcut the route for you to help you actually identify what's going to work for you based on your current circumstances and situation. It's going to help you get those short-term goals and ultimately help you build that long-term wealth. Now, as always, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So if you're on my YouTube channel, make sure you're subscribed, hit that bell to be notified when we put out video content, and I love engagement. So feel free to comment, engage. I'll come in here, read your comments and respond to those as well. And I'm keen to know, tell me, what strategies are you thinking about getting started on? And more importantly, if you're already starting your property business, what strategies have you been exposed to and what strategies are you working on right now? Some strategies you might have heard of. You've got simple buy-to-lets. You've got multi-lets such as HMOs, house and multiple occupation, where you're renting out a property per bedroom. You might have heard of the whole Airbnb craze through serviced accommodation, where you're doing short-term lets and you're basically renting out the property for a weekend or a week or on a short-term basis. You've got stuff like buying flips, where you're buying a property, adding value and selling. You've got different options where you're controlling the property, never owning the property, delayed completions, title splitting. You've got, commercial to residential. You're taking a commercial premises and converting it into residential. You've got, different conversions that you can do from converting a 1-bed to a 2-bed or so forth, adding an attic conversion, we add extra bedrooms, the extension. So there's a lot of different conversions. There could be new build development, land acquisition. There's lots, and this is me just scratching the surface of different investment strategies. And there's a lot of buzzwords out there that marketers are trying to catch your attention with different strategies, and ultimately they all work if you can focus enough time to get a strategy moving. Now, there's a few different things we need to discuss and understand just now. Where are you currently at? If you've got, let's take a couple of factors. If you've got time, so time's a big thing. If you've got a lot of time, then you can focus your energy on a number of different strategies, because you've got the time to do so. But my experience dealing with people who want to get involved in property or already just getting started, they don't have the luxury of time. They already have a full-time job or a full-time business, and they could probably only commit anywhere between 5 and 10 hours to their property business. So if you're limited on time, if you've got less than 20 hours a week or less than 10 hours a week, your focus has got to be on a specific strategy that's going to help you buy back more time. Now, your goal might not ever to be a full-time property investor or developer. That might not be your goal. Of everyone I talk to, that's about 70% of the people I speak to who want to become a full-time property investor or developer, or at least replace their income so they no longer have to do the very thing that they're doing right now, whether that's being in full-time employment or whether that's their own business. They want to get out of that and become a full-time property investor or developer, or at least replace their income through property. Now, the other 30% understand that they want to invest in property to, build their wealth, to be a more reliable pension, to create long-term wealth, to maybe give them the choice and options to reduce their time in terms of how many hours they're working in their business, and to go part-time or to pursue other career and so forth that's maybe not property related. So we need to understand to consider, both sets of people. Now, if your goal is to be a full-time investor or developer and replace your income, then I'm going to share with you the strategy that's going to help you do that in a very short period of time. And if you're already started in property, maybe I've got a bit more time, we need to systemize this strategy because it's going to bring in, like I said, predictable cash flow. It's going to build up your war chest of funds to allow you to invest even more aggressively. And that leads into the second question I like to ask is, how much money do you have to invest? If you have 50,000, 100,000, £500,000 plus of money to invest, your strategy will be slightly different because you've got an opportunity to be able to start basically adding properties to your portfolio because you've got the monies to put that to work. So at Property Protege, our investment program that helps new and experienced people get started and accelerate a property business, at that program we really get you to identify your investment criteria, really get you to understand the right strategy is going to work for you personally so you can put your money to work. You've got to put your money to work so it can return a profit for you or help you build and select the right properties that's going to ultimately go into your portfolio that's going to give you those returns and create that long-term wealth. So we show you how to best put your money to work. So if you have got money, then you'll probably want to look at adding properties to your portfolio and making sure you can maximize the rental return so you're going to get that income every month coming in from building a property portfolio. But you should diversify, and for every 3 properties you add to your portfolio, the 4th one you should probably buy, add value and sell. Have that element of trading in your property business, because buying and flipping property deals as well will just bring in more profit that will ultimately increase the pot of cash that you've got, that'll allow you to keep on buying the right properties to add to your portfolio. And if you're buying properties right that fit your investment criteria, and this is the ones you're going to add to your portfolio, buying right means buy, add value, refinance and pull that money back out. We don't want to leave that money stuck in a property which just reduces the overall cash pot that you've got to build your portfolio. So with this in mind, the same pot of cash or whatever war chest you've got of funds can keep on getting in and out of properties to continue building your property portfolio. Now, if you're just getting started, or even if you have got some properties, the number one strategy you should focus in on is property trading. Property trading means you're going to go out there and source a property and you're going to package it up, basically selling it on to a preferred investor, and it's a deal that you wouldn't take yourself otherwise because it's not fitting your investment criteria to add to your portfolio. It's not fitting your investment criteria for you to do a buy and flip. So with this in mind, it's a property that doesn't tick your boxes, and that way you would then sell that on to investors whose investment criteria does fit, and you should be charging no less than £3,000 for that deal. And if you structure it the way that we teach at Property Protege, you can make an extra £5,000 to £10,000. So think about this. This is a property trade, a deal that you do not want. And if those deals start to come in and you don't want those deals yourself, you're going to trade those on, you can make on average, which our students at Property Protege do, make on average £7,500 per property trade. It could be even more. So these are deals that you don't want yourself, and that ticks the boxes for the person who does not have money to get started in property. So if you're limited on time and you don't have the money to get started, but you want to get started, the number one strategy for you is property trading. This is how I got started in my property business. I got started with no money, no contacts, no knowledge, no prior experience, nothing, no contacts. But what I did is I got out there, found a property deal, negotiated a discount, sold it on to another investor. I get paid for that. My first property trade, I made £1,000. I thought I made a lot of money. And now what we teach our students at Property Protege to do the same, they're making upwards of £7,500 per property trade. So for a deal that I made, my first deal, £1,000, people are making, inside the first couple of months of getting started in a property journey, they're making 7 to 8 times plus what I made in my first property deal. So again, what happens if you've got this at the core of your business and this is how you get started? It means that through property trading, you're going to understand other investment strategies anyway. You're going to start to build up your network of contacts. You're going to start to understand the due diligence that's required. So you're going to start learning. You're going to get a whole property, education from just doing property trading. You're going to get out there, view some properties. You're going to start understanding the numbers. You build your network, like I said. You're going to understand different investment criteria. You're really going to master the art of joint venture partners wanting to partner with you, and more importantly, how to source deals. And this is a big thing as well. How do you source those deals? By being a property trader, this ticks all the boxes to help you get started in your property journey. And more importantly, if your goal is to become a full-time property investor or developer, it's going to be the strategy that's going to help you get there in a short period of time. If your financial freedom number, the number you need to replace your income, is £3,000 a month, and you do one property trade that makes you £7,500, that's 2.5 months. 2.5 months of income that you've covered through one property trade. And if you focus on the right things inside the 10 hours or limited hours that you've got each week that you focus on your property business, only 10 hours, focus on all the activity that's required to go out there and source and package up a deal that you sell on to an investor that you're making upwards of £7,000. Well, that's 40 hours a month, and you just do one property trade per month. That'll replace your income, more importantly, give you the choices and options to whether you want to go full-time in property. And again, it's going to allow you that cash flow to continue building your business. If you're already involved in property and you're working on a few different strategies, that cash flow is going to be consistent to help you further grow your company, your business, and help you build up more of that war chest, that cash funds that you've got to buy even more properties, which ultimately help you achieve everything you're looking for in your property business. If you're looking for more information about property trading, well, head along to propertyprotege.com and check out what we do there to help new and experienced investors get either started or accelerate their current property business, especially focusing in on property trading, the number one strategy that anybody who's getting started should be focusing on. But more importantly, for those who are already in property or just getting started, they should have that at the core of their business. All the other investment strategies, you can start to bolt and add those on later on once you've got cash flow into your business, once you've nailed that one strategy that's going to give you the income that you're required to have more time to focus in on your property business. Because all the other investment strategies will take much more time and energy to focus on and have longer time before the income is returned. So with this in mind, you need that short-term cash flow strategy. That short-term strategy is going to bring income and help you in your business. So as always, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the notification button to be notified when we put out more video content. And as always, I love engagement and interaction. So comment below. Let me know, how I can help. Let me know if you've been out there and packaged up a deal before. Let me know which strategies you've been working on yourself. I'd be keen to hear. I go in and check from time to time to see what you guys are doing. I love to engage and interact with you as well. So again, hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. So all the best and bye for now.